take on the Wisconsin Badgers.
Out of the gates.
It's going to be a fun one throughout. We've got 6 men. It's one of those ranked matchups. Gavin Nelson going for Minnesota, redshirt sophomore from nearby Inver Grove Heights, and Wyatt Ingham, a guy also from a nearby area in Amory, Wisconsin, just across the border, redshirt freshman, and we're underway from Minneapolis.
These two guys are very familiar with each other. Two guys I've actually gotten the fortunate to be able to coach for a long time through their high school careers at a club called Pinnacle, just here in the metro area. These guys have trained together for many years, so they're quite familiar with each other. Expect the first part of this match to be kind of feeling each other out, getting used to each other a little bit.
Second time in 3 days, the Gophers are in action, coming off a 29-9 loss against Ohio State, second-ranked team of the country here on Friday, looking to bounce back on short rest. Nelson, though, picked up a victory that night in a sudden victory decision over Seth Shoemate of Ohio State.
Yeah, that was an extremely fun one on Friday night. Gavin, tight match, 1-1, going to overtime, found a way to, a little bit of a re-attack, found a way to get it a takedown in the overtime period.
Nelson went undefeated last season, 10-0, the only Golden Gopher to finish the year unbeaten. Went to nearby Simley High School, a perennial power, and coached by former Golden Gopher Will Short. Won 3 individual state championships.
Really good hard snap there by Wyatt Ingham. He's using his hands extremely well, trying to get Gavin extended.
Ingham was one of the guys that Chris Bono, in his 8th year as the head coach for Wisconsin, said that he was really pleasantly surprised with. Took a big step forward from last year to this year.
Wyatt's always been kind of, a little bit of a late bloomer, I guess you could say. He won state titles his junior and senior year in high school. Won actually a USA Wrestling preseason national title his junior year or senior year of high school as well. So he's just kind of always leveled up as he gets more, a little more comfortable, a little more experience at the level he's competing at. He just keeps getting better and better.
He was 3-4 a season ago, off to a 10-3 start this season. Final minute of this opening period. This is one of those swing matches in one like this where you really got to get, if you can get bonus points out of it, you'll take it. But this is one where both sides feel really good about their chances coming into it.
We got somebody's bleeding. Looks like Wyatt Ingham's bleeding out of the nose a little bit, so a little break in the action. You're seeing Gavin. Gavin's always going to be very good at, from their feet. He's trying to get to his underhooks, trying to score from his underhooks offense. Wyatt's doing a good job of using his hands and trying to keep a little bit of space, a lot of snaps, a lot of fakes, try to keep Gavin guessing a bit.
And Wyatt again, of course, from Amory, Wisconsin. It's about 60 miles from here, and it's well represented inside Maturi Pavilion today. Coy Hopke will see in the second match. Also from there, they were high school teammates, and we've got Amory Youth Wrestling in town. So it's a well-represented community here in Maturi Pavilion today.
Gavin again trying to build trying to find those elbow controls. Stall warning against Gavin Nelson.
Trying to get something in the final seconds of this opening period.
There's that underhook we were talking about with Gavin. He's into a leg, but Wyatt trying to sit the corner.
Now some action late, but nothing doing. 3 minutes gone by.
Yeah, fun little flurry to close that one out. And that's, sometimes you end up seeing guys will really make an extra push. Wyatt's trying to sit the corner here. Gavin's doing a good job keeping his shoulder in the hip pocket.
Ready to start period number 2. Nelson will be on bottom. Look for that escape point. Trying to get those hips up and out.
Gavin up to his feet. Good job getting his hips away.
And gets the first point for the escape. 9 days off for Wisconsin. They were last in action January 16th. They picked up a victory over Northwestern that night. 10-1 start for the Badgers this year, their best start in 19 years. Their lone loss came at Iowa back on January 9th.
Gavin's feet, you kind of seen he's starting to step a little bit heavy. Wyatt's doing a good job of keeping him kind of moving at all times. Some of those heavy steps, if you start to time those right, you can get in on the legs pretty deep.
He's not opening himself up, not giving Ingham a whole lot to work with.
Right here, Gavin's got to find a way. He had that left-handed underhook and was in good position. He's got to use that to pull Wyatt down to his knees. Going to go to a little bit more advantageous position.
Another flurry here in the final minute of the period.
We've seen a lot of leg attempts out of Ingham in a row here. Gavin needs to answer this one. It's like both nose plugs came out during that, that scramble, so we're gonna have to clean those up.
Both sides understand how important this and how crucial this 197 match is.
Absolutely, it's the duel. If you kind of look at it on paper, there's maybe 3 matches where the Gophers are probably favored a little bit more. 1 match where Wisconsin's probably.
Closing seconds of the second period. And Nelson will take a 1-0 lead to the third.
Expect we'll see Wyatt take bottom and start the third. Yep, that's where he's going to go.
Looking for the escape to tie things up early in the third and gets it.
Yeah, both guys didn't seem all that interested in riding when they each had a chance on top. Let's settle this one on our feet.
Nelson got a sudden victory decision on Friday night.
Gavin's got to be aware right now. He has been warned for stalling. Got to hit that stalling in the first period. Got a minute and a half here. He needs to, every time that Wyatt's attempting a shot, he needs to answer that. If he defends it, we gotta answer it back. And Wyatt, he's doing a good job using his hands. Kind of everything's in motion. He's always moving his feet, moving his hands. And there's the second stall warning. It's gonna be a point for Wyatt Ingham.
Now time's starting to become a factor.
Wyatt's certainly been the aggressor, I think, through the first 3 periods. Gavin, from his perspective, needs to find a way to get to those underhooks where he's very, very good from.
After Gavin Nelson, you got to go with the attack here in this final minute. Got to be the aggressor and find a way to even things up. Here he goes.
There's a go-behind takedown for Gavin Nelson to take a 4-2 lead.
The pressure put back on Ingham.
And a very good mat return. Right now, Gavin needs to know where he's at on the mat there. Yeah, that's a good job, but just getting a couple extra seconds. He's riding, he knows he's near the edge. He can get a couple extra seconds of riding time and also shorten this third period up a little bit.
How about the timing from Gavin? Knew when to attack. He played it really well.
Mm-hmm.
Now the pressure on Ingham with 34 seconds left in this match.
Caution against Gavin. Get a couple of those.
Ingham trying to get a point back.
Gavin doing a better job riding here. He's got that wrist control. Wyatt's trying to roll that wrist free on bottom. Got to clear it.
Nelson's got to flip the script quickly.
A bit of
Right back down.
Late attempt by Ingham, and it's just going to be nothing left. Gavin Nelson.
For Minnesota.
That's 2 times this weekend. Gavin's had a big win for the. Yeah, I think both coaches know how important this match is. When I looked at the lineups ahead of the duel today, this was a match I think I was most excited to watch. These guys are very, very equally skilled. Braxton making
16-5. A 12-3 record for Amos.
Amos making the jump from 197 pounds, where he was a 2-time NCAA qualifier, took a couple years off the last 2 years, and now is a heavyweight. That's a big move up in weight classes. Even though it's only one weight class, there's a massive size difference between the 197 pounders and the heavyweights.
Coming out of high school, Hopke, the number 9 ranked high school recruit according to Matt Scout's big board. He's named the Big Ten Wrestler of the Week back on November 6th, 2-time Big Ten Freshman Wrestler of the Week. And the guy was a 4-time state champion at the high school level in Wisconsin. Amos did not compete last year, received an Olympic waiver. 2-time NCAA qualifier back in 2022 and 23. Amos trying to be the aggressor.
Yeah, both guys are doing a good job trying to find inside ties with their hands. You're always going to be better off wrestling from inside tie with your collar tie, especially if you're going to go collar tie. Try and beat that guy inside.
Back in 2020, Amos was named the Wrestling USA High School Wrestler of the Year.
Amos was a phenomenal recruit coming out of high school. I mean, he's made a senior world team at this point. He's a junior world champ.
An outstanding high school career, went 142-0 and did not allow an offensive point over 3 seasons in high school. Just an outstanding pickup for the Badgers, and he's translated at the collegiate level. Similar to our first match, not a whole lot going on either side in the opening period.
Usually these, especially with the the upper weights, a lot of times those guys will use that first period to feel each other out, to get used to where they want to wrestle from. Try to just use your hands, wear that guy down a little bit, so that scoring becomes a little easier in the third. When your gas tank starts to get a little bit low, your defense isn't quite as strong.
And Hopke going on Friday. Of course, Amos, that 9 days of rest. We'll see how that factors in as we get deeper into this one. No score, 1 period in the books. Amos will be down to start period 2.
Braxton's pretty explosive. I expect to see him get to his feet right away, and it's just he's got a lot of size. Now, Coy's a very good heavyweight from the top position. Typically, heavyweights don't ride all that much, and Coy's one of the best in the country at it. A Granby roll from Amos.
Look out.
So we got a locked hands against Hopke, and I believe an escape point.
Well, given the point, everybody's okay. I think there's 2 people I'd least want to get flattened by than these 2.
Yeah, 25-pounders coming into the bench isn't as big of a deal as the heavyweights coming into the fan crowd. Yeah, so it was a locked hands called against Hopke, and then also an escape point. So it's 2-0 lead for Braxton Amos.
Three seconds gone by in the second period. Wisconsin trying to snap a losing skid in the series. It's been a lopsided series in recent memory. Minnesota's won the last 3 against Wisconsin, 12 of the past 13. The Badgers' last win came here January 16th, 2022. The 108th all-time meeting between the two programs. Minnesota 69-37-1. The way last year went in Madison, 39-3. A lopsided Golden Gopher victory and the largest margin of victory in the series. The Gophers most team points scored in the series since 2003. You know that's in the back of Wisconsin's mind. This year, though, big difference with them. They're healthier, they're a little more experienced, they feel good, and they've been performing really well coming into this one.
Again, you're seeing just both guys got into that collar tie position, tied up pretty tight. Amos doing a good job there with the wrist control with his left hand.
Final seconds of the second period. Amos will take a 2-0 lead into the third.
Coy's going to go neutral in the third. I think, you know, Coach Egan they're trying to have a little conversation there, deciding if they want to go down or neutral. And the point was simply, you're going to need to take down anyway. Even you're down by 2 because of the locked hands. So just an escape doesn't do you enough. You're going to have to get a takedown either way. Let's go get one here.
Our second match of the afternoon. A 4-2 decision at 197 for Gavin Nelson over Wyatt Ingham.
Couple of fake shots there by Coy, and Braxton Amos responds with a fake of his own. At some point, both guys are going to have to start committing to those a little bit.
Approaching the final minute of regulation.
1 minute in the period.
You kind of see Coy's been looking for just a little kind of level change snatch single on Braxton's right leg. Braxton for a little bit there switched kind of his lead leg, going to more of a left leg lead. Try to make Hopke attack the back leg.
Hopke trying to amp up the aggressiveness. Less than 30 seconds, still needing a takedown.
And this is a position, obviously Braxton Amos, a Greco senior world team member. He's good out of on hooks. He feels comfortable there. Coy shoots Amos off, but no stall call on the edge.
Final 10 seconds. Amos holding a 2-0 lead.
Everything's forward, but he's just not able to clear the posts of Braxton Amos.
And the Badgers even things up at the heavyweight bout. Braxton Amos picks up a 2-0 decision over Coy Hopke.
It was a great match between two very good, very evenly matched heavyweights. It's a fun one. So again, two very evenly matched wrestlers.
Oak limited to 4 matches last season with injuries, 15-3 to start this year. Rivera is 12-2. Another crucial one that Wisconsin feels if they want to come and get the road victory today, this is one they've got to have.
I think both guys are best when they're moving a little bit more laterally, side to side, trying to get some motion, open up a little bit of offense, as opposed to, you know, you see when we started at 197 pounds there and at heavyweight, those guys are a little bit more straight on, using their hands, being really heavy with it. We're switching now over to the smaller guys. You're going to see a little bit more side-to-side motion, trying to find openings that way.
Volk, a 3-time high school state champion at Lakeville North. His brother Gannon also wrestled for the Golden Gophers. Won a Big 12 championship at Wyoming a couple years ago.
A little inside trip attempt from Jory. Almost had Nicola bounced right off of his hips really well. Sprung back up.
Rivera also won 3 high school state championships, career record of 170-2 at Stoughton High School.
Jory doing a good job there, circling back on the edge. Both wrestlers knowing that, that out of bounds, you don't want to wrestle out there because you can easily get shoved out, and all of a sudden it's a stall call against you, especially early in the first period of what should be a pretty close match.
Match number 3 today. They've split the first 2, all tied at 3. Both these guys were upset their last time out. Volk Friday against Ohio State's Vincent Kilkery. That was a sudden victory decision. Rivera was upset 6-5 by Northwestern's Dedrick Navarro. That was all the way back on January 16th, so he's had a little bit longer to sit on it and have that bad taste in his mouth. That's the good thing if you're Minnesota going on short rest. Obviously a tough decision Friday for several of the guys and the team as a whole, but they get a chance to wash that taste out of their mouth a lot quicker.
Both wrestlers so far have had a couple very close, offensive attacks, been close to scoring. We're seeing a lot of action. That's the second duck attempt by Nicolas Rivera. Jory felt that one a little bit, circled out front, almost had an angle of his own.
Time winding down in this opening period, a scoreless opening period. And it will be a scoreless opening period.
Keep an eye on that position as we move on to the match. Every time Jory's getting to that left-handed underhook and get that elbow out extended away from his body a little bit, Nicolas feels it, hits that duck, and it's 2 very, very close attempts to scoring out of it.
Rivera will start on bottom. Trying to get the hips up, get that escape point.
Good job just getting his hook in that elbow. Find a way. Now Jory's still riding because he has that arm around the waist, and there lost that left hand around the waist. That gives the escape point.
Rivera is the first on the board. Similar starts to all 3 of these matches. I think that's the way it's going to be throughout the afternoon, up and down the bout card. Heated rivalry, great crowd on hand despite the frigid temps.
A little bit of a longer extended shot from Nicolas Rivera. Jory trying to take advantage of that extension.
1 minute and 3.
Pivotal battle at 125. All tied at 3, 2 matches in.
Jory back into that seatbelt, does a good job pulling Nicolas Rivera underneath of him. Rivera back to his feet. And those snaps, like I said, they're maybe not look like much, but over the match, you keep hitting those over and over and over. They're going to add up, start to wear that guy down. Other person starts to feel a little bit sluggish, a little slower with their foot motion.
Volk looking for one last shot in the closing seconds of this period. And 5 minutes in the books. Rivera holds a 1-0 lead. Andrew Rivera is from Stoughton High School in suburban Madison. Perennial wrestling power. They actually had a duel early in the season against Bucknell at Stoughton High School as Volk ties things up with the escape.
Good chance to go back and honor their alumni.
Yeah, they picked up the win that night, 19-15 over Bucknell. Got an assistant coach on the team. Garen Modell is also part of that program. been similar scripts through the first 3 matches. That's continued here at 125.
You can see a little bit of a contrast in styles. Nicolas Rivera is trying to keep a little bit more space. He's trying to attack from outside. Jory's trying to close that gap, find a way to get to that left-handed underhook.
Tied at 1 as we get down to the final minute in this 3rd period.
Misdirection shot from Nicolas. That was very fast. There's that same little duck under from that lefty underhook of Jory.
They get the takedown. Good job fighting him off.
Jory's got the seatbelt, trying to bring him back up to his feet where he's got a little bit more of an advantage for the elevation. Vera hips over. We're gonna get no points out of that scramble. They're like cats, man. They always land on their feet.
Yes, they do. Both guys shooting a shot here in the final seconds.
Oh, extended shot by Rivera. It's gonna expire. What a flurry. These guys are mixing it up. A 1-1 match that was nonstop action for 7 minutes.
Bolt going to sudden victory for the 2nd time in 3 days. Next point either way wins it.
Neither guy has been hit for stalling yet.
This is where you balance being smart and being aggressive. When you take your shot and it doesn't work, you leave yourself exposed, the match is over.
Jory's near side cradle, almost has it locked up. Now he's in on a leg. Rivera's trying to fight it off. Has it to a hip, just needs to step over and hook the legs. That's a 3-point takedown for Jory Bolt.
Bolt bounces back after a tough one Friday. And a huge victory for the Golden Gophers at 125. Brandon Mavari, redshirt sophomore from Richfield, another guy who went to Simley High School and was coached by former Golden Gopher Will Short. Won a pair of state championships there. And Zan Fugit, ranked number 12 on the other side for Wisconsin. When these two teams met a year ago, Fugit was the only guy to win his match. That came at 133, defeated Blake Biesel 8-4. Biesel was wrestling up a class that day. Fugit, redshirt sophomore from Nixa, Missouri, finished 4th at the NCAAs a season ago, an All-American. He went 23-9, 3-time high school state champion in Missouri. His freshman year, he was a runner-up. Number 6 high school recruit at his weight class.
He went on a run in March in Philadelphia last year. That was a lot of fun to watch, getting 4th place at the NCAA tournament.
Mavari looking for his first dual victory this season. Looking for the upset against Fugit, who comes in at 12-2.
Fugit used a 2-on-1 there, able to pull Brandon down to the mat and finish the takedown.
And Fugit gets on the board first. 90 seconds into the 133-pound bout. Fugit holds his high school record for career victories at 184. Mavari trying to get back to his feet. And does. Gets the point.
Fugit does a good job too, cutting Mavari loose, but then closing that gap right away. Not just letting him go and then kind of stand there and look around at each other for a bit. Like as soon as he releases him, he's on him, using his hands, trying to create more scoring opportunities.
Final minute of this opening period. against Fugit. Murray will get called for stalling.
Just hadn't answered a lot of the shots from Fugit. Fugit firing off quite a few attacks in a row. Ref's going to see it being a little bit of a one-sided match. Brandon needs to use this underhook right now. He's in a pretty good position. Can't just sit in that position and let the time expire. Got to try to find a way to score when you get there.
Fugit leading 3-1 with 1 period in the books. Navari looks over to the bench. They say take down.
Brandon's younger brother, Tanner, won his 9th grade sectional qualifier yesterday, going to 9th grade state for Simley High School.
Yep. Strong program and a strong family of wrestlers to come through it. Navari still looking for that escape point. Fugit doesn't let him get to his feet. 30 seconds gone by in the second period.
Brandon's up to his feet.
There it is.
Kind of pretty contented just hanging out there, knew that at some point Fugit was going to have to choose to either mat return or cut him loose.
Navari looking to pull off the upset. Hanging right in there with the 12th ranked wrestler in the country.
Again, Fugit, a lot of steps are forward, kind of putting Brandon Mavari on his heels a little bit.
Mavari did not go Friday. Chris Cannon wrestled at 133 against Ohio State, so he's coming off enough of a rest.
Oof. Extremely fast blast double from Fugit. Finishes it for a takedown. Mavari tried to scramble a little bit, almost was able to leg pass that left leg, but Fugit hopped over, beat that pass quick.
Mavari takes a look at the clock. And time will expire in the second period. Fugit's so explosive. Feels like you're on your heels defending him most of the match, and he just comes at you. It shows why he's one of the best in the country. Fugit quickly to his feet. Gets
Great
the
hand
escape
control.
point.
This is probably a weight where the Wisconsin coaching staff likely told Zan Fugit, we'd love to see bonus points out of you.
Yeah.
We know this duel is going to be close. It might end up coming down to bonus points. So I think we're going to see Zan Fugit be on the attack here in the third period. And as I say that, he goes out and gets another takedown.
We are in that territory, major decision time. Mavari gets the escape.
Brandon has been warned for stalling already too once. He's going to need to answer these shots soon.
That next point's going to be pivotal. As far as the team score goes, a decision versus a major decision.
And Fugit does have riding time right now, so if nothing else happens the rest of this way, it would be a major, and there's another stall call against Mavari.
Yep. Now if you're Mavari, you've got to up the aggressiveness. You got to find a way to get a takedown.
There's a re-attack from Brandon.
30 seconds in the period.
Brandon's starting to open up a little bit now.
Time time winding down. We're in major decision territory. And take down for Fugit. So major decision for Wisconsin. That'll give them the team lead.
Between multiple wrestlers have been All-Americans for the Gophers out of Colorado. Going all the way back to Sonny Yone, way back in the day. Cody Yone.
Dunbar was defeated Friday night. Gonna wash that taste out of his mouth this Sunday afternoon.
Von Bauer's always going to be best when there's a lot of action going, flurries, scrambles like this. He finds a way to come out on top a lot of times in these positions.
His teammates call him the Hurricane. Big Ten runner-up a season ago, finished 8th at the NCAAs each of the past 2 years. His father, Ben, two-time All-American at Boise State. Give him 3 points.
Finds a way to come out on top in those scrambles.
A flurry of action in the opening minute, just the way Vance Von Bar likes it. Von Bar won a couple of high school state championships in Greeley, Colorado. His teammates love him. They call him the heartbeat of the team. Last year, he was given the Vern Gagne Leadership Award. Expert just trying to hang on for dear life.
And so what happened there is you got 5 seconds to come up off that leg. So as soon as Vance drops down to the leg, ref starts counting. And what you see a lot of times in college wrestling is the athletes will kind of game it a little bit. They'll wait for like as soon as they get to 4 and then they'll climb up. Unfortunately for Vance, he waited till 4 and maybe a little bit closer to 5 and got hit for a stalling call because he hadn't come up off that leg in that top position.
Talked to Von Bar at practice earlier this week. Asked him what is the hardest part about wrestling in the Big Ten. He said it's just staying mentally tough because night after night it is a brutal grind. You are just going after ranked guy after ranked guy, and guys are going to see at the NCAAs. But he says he wouldn't have it any other way. That's the way he likes it.
That Friday night he had #1 ranked Jesse Mendez, one of the best wrestlers in the country at any weight.
Trying to bounce back this Sunday afternoon. The first period, he's going to be pretty happy with how it's gone. Racked up already over a minute of riding time. Looking like miserable for Rexford as we get down to the final 30 seconds in this opening period.
A stall call against Exford.
He's just hanging on for dear life right now.
Yeah, he's trying to build up. I tell you what, being on bottom when a guy has legs in on you is not an easy position to be in.
Trying to get him on his back.
Close to getting near fall points here, really close. A lot of 1 counts there, but nothing concrete.
Expert does make it to the end of that opening period. Von Bar racks up 2 minutes of riding time in a dominant opening period in which he picked up the lone 3 points.
Very close to that near fall position. It'll be interesting to see in the third period when Exford has choice if he's going to go bottom or not. It didn't look like he felt all that comfortable there in the first period when he was on bottom.
Von Bar trying to get to his feet. After today, the Golden Gophers only have 1 more home meet. That'll be the final one before the postseason gets here February 15th against Michigan State. Dunbar gets the escape and has a 4-0 lead. Golden Gophers on the road for the next 3, the first of which is Friday at Iowa. Also head to Rutgers in Maryland.
Vance back on the attack. Again, he loves action, loves both guys trying to score, find a way to try to put points on the board, not just standing around.
This is the pace he likes.
And Carson Exford doing a good job of matching it. I mean, his hands are active, they're physical.
Inside a minute here in the second period. Bar trying to grab that left leg.
He's got it. He got the leg up. Just needs to get it a little bit higher. Keeps trying to step over it. He'd be a little bit better off bringing it up to the inside. Lamar finishes with that dump.
Exford have been doing a really good job keeping those hips up, but Bombar finally gets the better of him, gets the takedown.
It's 23 seconds here is important for the team score. There's right now Vance in a position. He's got a minute 48 riding time. And also kind of the next 23 seconds, if he rides him out, I think it's going to be hard for the Wisconsin staff to put Carson Exford on bottom in the third.
Riding time approaching 2 minutes once again. Final 10 seconds of the period. And Bombar will take a 7-0 lead into the third.
Exford is going to take bottom.
You like that decision?
So far, he hasn't been very close to getting an escape, but if he feels good down there, you got to go where you feel best. It looked like top position. He wasn't very close to it, and there he gets up and gets an escape. Great job by Carson Exford. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You're only a former All-American. Approaching the midway point in this afternoon's meet. Pivotal border battle, and one of two border battles here on campus today. Just next door at Williams Arena, women's basketball featuring Minnesota and Wisconsin. That will tip off at 2.
Vance again doing a good job. Everything's forward, using his hands, trying to find those angles.
The action slowed down since we got going.
Exford in on a leg. He's just a little bit extended. Von Bauer trying to knock him to his hip. Stalemate's gonna get called.
Final 48 seconds of the period.
Von Bauer needs a takedown for the major decision. Exford's wrestling well. He's still, battling.
Yeah.
Von Bauer finds that takedown.
Von Bauer. He's got riding time locked up.
20 seconds in the period.
Von trying to put the golfers back in front.
I think he's pretty content here to just ride this out. He's got Exford extended with that leg in. It's just a position. It's just very hard for that bottom guy to get out of.
The Golden Golfers will take the lead into the intermission. Dominant effort by Von Bar. Gritty effort by Exford. Give him credit. And Von Bar that good.
Two have wrestled twice before, both times coming 2 years ago. Zargo came out the victor in both those matches.
Zargo 11-2 this season. Roberts comes in at 6-4. And we're underway in the 149-pound bout. A pivotal one with Minnesota leading 10-7, 5 matches in. Zargo won a Flow Nationals championship back in 2018. Former top-ranked high school recruit in New Jersey out of Bergen Catholic. And Wisconsin, if they're going to come here and win in the road, this is another one they feel they can be competitive in. And the way things have shaken out, they're probably going to need.
action on the edge is the call there. Head ref Angel Rivera doing a great job tonight so far. Always does a very good job.
Yep. Angel Rivera, Jay Cox. They are the decision makers for this one. They've had a couple border battle rivalries this weekend.
Yeah, Angel had the Nebraska-Iowa duel on Friday night.
Boy, was that fun.
Hostile environment.
Yeah. If you love this great sport, the energy and atmosphere there was second to none.
Drew got a little extended on that double leg attempt. Zargo did a good job keeping his hips away and now attacking on the edge of the mat. Drew circled back in on a low single, trying to keep his head underneath the leg of Zargo.
Still plenty of time in this opening period.
Drew's trying to, if he can, he needs to turn back to the left. Now Zargo sits to the corner, so now we got to elevate the bottom leg. Drew would need to turn his right knee up and kind of drive over it and back into him, and stalemate's or potentially dangerous gets called.
Roberts went to the NCAAs 2 years ago, went 0-2 there, falling against a couple of top 10 opponents. Three-time high school state champion in Idaho. More action in the first period of this one than we've had.
Drew's trying to sit the corner. He's got to be careful here with neutral danger could get called. Zargo trying to sit back into him. Drew's trying to keep the right shoulder of Zargo out of his hip. Step over and hook that ankle. Zargo does not want to let his right ankle get hooked. Readjusts into a little bit better of a position.
Time winding down in this opening period.
Zargo, very good job keeping those hands locked on that leg, not giving up that takedown.
No points either side, but you feel really good if you're Drew Roberts 3 minutes in.
Yeah, that was a great period by Drew. A lot of offense, a lot of motion. Drew, usually a very well-conditioned wrestler. He's not going to get tired, so the more action that happens in the first and second period sometimes favors him in the third.
Zargo on bottom, gets to his feet, looking for the escape point, thrown right back down.
Drew trying to climb up off those legs, keeps trying to climb up.
Not giving up that right leg.
Same situation as the match before, just not able to climb up in that 5-second count, so stall warning against Roberts from that top position. Drew, I know, has spent a ton of time with Coach Steiner in this top position of working on getting legs in, extending guys, being an aggressor from that top position with legs in.
Zargo doing his darndest to get that escape point. Roberts not giving it to him. Roberts' father, Kevin, former collegiate wrestler at Oregon, former assistant coach at a few different stops, Oregon State, Wyoming, and here. He was a strength and conditioning coach for the Golden Gophers.
I spent a lot of time with Coach Kevin Roberts. He was kind of my main personal coach when I was here.
And Zargo gets the escape. First one on the board. Uh-oh.
Drew back into the leg, but Zargo into that waterfall position, trying to come out the back door now. Both guys trying to leg pass. Drew needs to be aware of where his shoulders are so he doesn't get called for neutral danger. Drew's not having trouble getting to that lead leg, but Zargo's a very good counter wrestler. It's not a matter of whether you can get to the leg, it's whether you can finish from there.
Yeah. Inside a minute to go in the second period.
Zargo's going to use that front head, runs the corner, finishes it from that top position.
Gets the takedown and grabs a 4-0 lead, and Roberts was being the aggressor in that opening period. Zargos flipped the script here in the second.
This next 24 seconds is pretty big for Drew Roberts. Needs to find a way to get an escape. For Joseph Zargo, it's keep him down, ride him out this period.
Trying to get a point back and get himself within a takedown of tying things up. Zargo trying to hook that left leg.
Roberts needs to find a way to get to his right hip right here, sit all the way through. Stalemate gets called with 2 seconds to go. Both guys kind of just sitting there, not a lot of action happens, so referees say, let's get a fresh start.
That'll do it for period number 2. All 4 points go to Joseph Zargo.
Roberts will start down in the third, needs to find a way to get to his feet. Don't let that leg come in. Joe Zargo gonna try to sneak that left leg in, extend Drew.
Gets the escape point.
Roberts in on a leg on the edge. Zargo starting to stretch him out though. Good hip pressure.
Got to be aware of where you are in the mat.
Yeah, Zargo, really good job getting his hips back into him. It was almost, Roberts had that ankle, almost had him beat, but Zargo squared back up to him, got his hips in, extended the legs, extended the arms of Roberts. Roberts now trying to, a little bit of fake some motion instead of tacking straight on, trying to find an angle.
And see Roberts start to take some shots.
Again, another straight on shot from Roberts. He's got his arms extended. Zargo using that hip pressure. You can see Zargo trying to find that, bring that right hand underneath and hook Drew Roberts' right arm, trying to run that corner. Stalemate call, back to our feet.
Coming right down to it at 149.
Really good head position right now from Joe Zargo. Just, it's so hard for Drew to get to the legs because the head position from Zargo is so good. It beats him every time on those shots.
Final 20 seconds in this third period. Roberts makes his move. Looking desperately for a takedown to tie things up.
Zargo using that 2-on-1, trying to shorten this match a little bit. Roberts in on the leg, trying to finish it in a short time.
Runs out of time. Another nail biter. This one goes the Badgers' way, and we are tied at 10 points aside, 6 matches in. Another one for Wisconsin. If they want to come here and get the road victory, they've got to get a win here at 157.
Charlie's had a tough couple last matches, had Antrell Taylor 2 duels ago, came right down to the wire, almost had the win, got beat in a scramble position and got pinned with like 1 second left in the match. And Antrell Taylor, defending national champ, and then 2 nights ago had the #1 ranked wrestler, Brandon Cannon from Ohio State. Another match that was, again, very close all the way through.
Yeah, a really respectable effort against Cannon, falling 12-6. Millard was right there, 13-5 record on the season for him. One of those Wisconsin guys the Gophers were able to pluck.
Millard's having a very good freshman season and certainly has made a couple mistakes, but nothing that would be uncommon for a freshman. But this is where the part of the season where you start to see those freshmen that are gonna make it, they start to kind of separate. They start to rise up a little bit.
Just over a minute gone by. Meckler comes back home after spending a couple seasons at Oklahoma State. Started every duel at 157 for the Badgers last year, went 11-17. Finished 12th at the Big Tens. Another guy with a prolific career at Stoughton High School, went 143-10.
Charlie Millard's another guy that a lot of times you can get to his legs, which is not the hardest part, but actually finishing those leg attacks can be very, very difficult. He's very good defensively. Right there, Meckler in on the leg. This is a position where Charlie Millard feels pretty comfortable. Does not feel nervous there, and that's why.
Millard draws first blood, 40 seconds left in this opening period. A pivotal match at 157.
Millard good from that top position too. He's not a guy that just concedes escapes. He's going to try to make you work. If you're going to get that escape, you're going to have to fight for it.
It's the escape point to get Meckler on the board. Final 10 seconds in this opening period. And 3 minutes in the books. 3 Millard, 1 Meckler. Millard with 25 seconds of riding time accumulated. Tough to go on the road and win in the Big Ten, but Wisconsin's done a really good job of that this season. 3-1 in true road duels this year. The only blemish, again, their only blemish overall, that came January 9th at Iowa. The first of 3 straight away from Madison for the Badgers. And Meckler gets that escape point to get within 1. Team score tied at 10, 6 matches in.
Charlie doing a really good job hand fighting, and he's able to kind of close that gap because he's not so afraid of you getting to his legs because he's so good in that position. And that allows him to get in and hand fight with his hands a little bit more.
Not letting go of Meckler's left leg.
Trying to build this back up, get back to his feet where it's a little easier to finish from.
Meckler trying to keep that hip above.
Just a club finishing right into a leg turn. Millard's going to look for near fall points here. He's got a lot of time to work. This is a little bit of a tough position to get a fall out of.
Trying to get that left shoulder down.
A 7-point move really changes a match.
30 seconds remaining in the period.
Final half minute of this second period. And the complexion of this match has changed dramatically.
And Charlie did a good job there. He was up in that single leg on the edge of the mat, knew that, there's a chance we go out of bounds and I lose this position. I'm in a really good spot. So he did a good job pulling him all the way back to the center, finishing that takedown in the middle, and then obviously right into near fall points from there.
And he knew time wasn't a factor at that moment. It was good awareness by him. And he will be thinking major decision as we go to the third period. He gets the escape point.
A really good job by getting up and getting out of there right away, not wasting any time. Make sure you just get to your feet right away in that third period so you can get back to the offense on your feet, using your hands where you've kind of had an advantage most of the match.
He's got that left leg again. Meckler wiggles out of it.
Really good defense from Meckler there. Action on the edge of the mat, go back to the center. Millard sitting on 1:16 of riding time right now.
Millard in the driver's seat with 1:17 to go.
Meckler starting to show he knows the situation. He knows he needs to find a way to get a takedown, save that team point, but Millard uses a little bit of space, a little timing, drops down, finishes that double leg right away.
Firmly in major decision territory now.
Meckler back in on the leg again now. Millard trying to fall into that waterfall position.
Working him along the boundaries. We hit the 30-second mark. Millard is locked up riding time, and he's locked up that left ankle of Luke Meckler. Time is going to expire, and a massive win for the Golden Gophers at 1:57.
Really good scramble there for the end. You could see the effort from Luke Meckler. He knows it, he needs that takedown. Try to find a way to stop this major decision from happening. Millard able to hold him off.
Sparks 13-3 on the year. He's made the NCAAs in 2021, 23, 24, and 25. Limited to 7 matches with injury in 2022. Went 1-2 at the NCAAs a year ago and finished 4th in the Big Ten. The team named him the most improved wrestler at the team banquet. (14-10), Minnesota leading in the team score. Looking to break back into the win column for the first time since January 10th at Illinois.
Sparks is usually very active with his hands. Doesn't usually let them rest, trying to find a way to always keep them moving, create scoring opportunities right there, using that little angle for a lefty high C. Finishes it, does
the takedown.
Collecting that second ankle underneath. And that's a good job. I really like that call from Angel Rivera of a stalemate there, because as Andrew Sparks finishes the takedown, he kind of climbs up into a position where it's very hard with Cody Gable in that chest wrap that he can't really climb up anymore. So unfortunately, he's going to be stuck in a position where he's going to get called for stalling, or we do a stalemate.
Sparks, a winner on Friday, picked up his 5th ranked victory of the season that night, looking for number 6 this Sunday afternoon.
Andrew's got that leg in, trying to get this power half, and a 3-point near fall there out of that power half.
And 90 seconds in, it's been all Sparks.
Right back to it.
Wisconsin has to have.
That is extremely painful underneath there.
Sparks, a high school state champion in California back in 2020. Defeated Cale Valencia in the state championship that year. Of course, is now having a great career at Arizona State. 2 minutes gone by. Sparks up over a minute of riding time accumulated.
And doing just such a good job of keeping Cody Gable extended on bottom, that leg in, really stretched out. It is so hard to build up a base underneath there when you have all of that hip power, all of that strength pressing down on you.
Final 40 seconds of this opening period.
As soon as Gable got to his knees and started to get his hips underneath him. Andrew does a good job throwing that second leg in and then stretching him back out again.
Riding time approaching 2 minutes.
Gable
Gable
back
trying
to
to get
his
to
knees.
his feet.
Got his knees underneath of him, but Sparks still has that left leg in. Great first period from Andrew Sparks. Oh, almost relaxed a little early.
Nearly stuck that one in right before the buzzer.
Andrew accumulating 2:09 of riding time in the first.
They'll start on bottom to begin period number 2.
Cody Gable says, I didn't like that position when you had legs in on me. I'm going to throw them in on you.
Sparks back to his feet, looking for the escape point.
And that's a great scenario there for Andrew Sparks. Not only does he get the escape point, but also Cody Gable was hit for stalling because hadn't brought him back down to the mat in 5, 6, 8 seconds.
40 seconds gone by in the second period. Gophers looking for a 4th straight win against their neighbors to the east.
1 minute in the period.
Both guys trying to find that inside position there. Good job from Cody Gable using that hard club and circling out of it right away. Just great head position again from Andrew Sparks. Gable trying to find that shot, but just shooting right into the top of Andrew Sparks' head, and then Andrew's able to use that as he's coming back up, re-attack in on the leg.
He sucks you in and then uses your aggressiveness against you.
Sparks trying to elevate this bottom leg, the leg he had hooked. Now Gable's hips back in. Good job getting hips in, down and away.
Final seconds of the second period. And Sparks will take a 7-0 lead to the third.
Badgers coaching staff was telling Cody Gable to take bottom there. He elects to go neutral. Sparks did have a seemingly pretty good advantage from that top position in the first.
Gable will up the intensity, chasing points, time not on his side.
Andrew going to use his hands right now throughout this third period. Hands and head defense, trying to make sure there's no clean shots to his legs. Gable just needs to find a way to clear those collar ties where he can move a little bit more.
Final ranked on ranked matchup of the afternoon.
Sparks back in on the leg. Trying to press that top leg off his head, roll his head back up into the chest. You can see Cody Gable trying to keep his left leg draped over Andrew's head. Sparks collects that second leg though and gets another takedown.
And riding time approaching 2 minutes. Gets to the boundary with 55 seconds left in regulation. Once again in major decision territory.
Good first move there by Cody Gable. A better job of not letting Andrew Sparks find a way to get to those legs. And just creating a flurry of action now. Stall warning against Andrew Sparks for holding on to that leg and not building up. Stop the action.
And Gable's got to empty the tank.
Now, yeah, that restart coming off that last one was a much better job of getting motion going from that bottom position. He wasn't able to get an escape, but he did a better job of moving right away. He's got to be aware of that leg coming in. Sparks trying to slip that left side in. Another stall warning, I believe, against Sparks.
Sparks looking for his 82nd career NCAA victory.
Sparks maybe almost falling into near fall points there.
A pivotal win for Minnesota.
High school wrestlers in their lineup. I know me personally, always whenever I wrestled Iowa, coming from there was always a big duel. I'm sure for these guys, this duel, this is one that matters to them.
Yeah. Always a rivalry, but even more so when you're from that state. Riddle placed 7th at the U.S. Open Senior Freestyle a year ago. His father, Jason, former collegiate wrestler at Rose-Hulman. Condon trying to keep the Badgers in it. Gets a hold of that left leg. Trying to pull off the upset.
Riddle's going to be very similar to Charlie Millard. He's a good wrestler from these positions. A lot of times it's hard to score on him when you get on his legs. They're okay. Both those two guys are okay with letting you into their legs because they can a lot of times turn that into an offensive move of their own.
We began the day at 197. We will close at 184. Wisconsin with some work to do.
Again, Riddle here, good head position, using his hands early. Another wrestler that always kind of feels like as the match goes on, it starts to favor him. The longer the match gets, he's very well conditioned. He's not afraid to score. You know, if the match is 0-0 at the end of the first, it's not the worst thing in the world because he believes that in the third period it favors him.
"50 seconds left in a tied opening period. A pivotal meet in the Big Ten standings. Wisconsin comes in tied for 4th with Iowa and Nebraska. All three teams are 2-1.
Riddle into a leg, pulled up to that seatbelt position. Trying to drop back down on the leg, get both legs behind. Condon doing a really good job keeping pressure down on Riddle's right arm. Right, Riddle would need to try to limp that arm out of there.
Well, competitive opening period, and we're scoreless.
Wisconsin has choice in the second. They're going to take bottom. Condon up to his feet really well right away off that whistle.
Looking for the escape point and gets it. Minnesota enters the day, part of a three-way tie for 9th in the Big Ten standings, 1 and 2 along with Indiana and Illinois. 3 unbeatens left in the Big: Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State.
Really good arm drag from Luke Condon. And Riddle just uses almost a kind of a nod to Dylan Ness, a bit of a gator bacon. Comes out on top. That was a phenomenal arm drag from Luke Condon. Had the angle, dropped to a leg, almost on an inside trip, and Riddle just turned himself into almost a sphere, and then he rolled right through.
Riddle grabs a 3-1 lead, 63 seconds left in the second period.
Again, Riddle, very good counter offense wrestler. He's hard to score on, hard to finish on.
Riddle not letting Condon get his arms free.
Reversal, a standing kind of just standing switch, drops down on the leg, finishes that reversal.
That's things up at 3 here in the final minute of the second period.
Condon still has that seatbelt, but there he loses it. That's an escape point for Ethan Riddle.
Final 20 seconds of what's been a really fun second period.
Seeing Riddle really trying to finish that second period with a lot of heavy pulls, really wear on Luke Condon. Not maybe trying to score, but just make that last 10 seconds as hard as he can. Take a little bit more energy out of him.
Riddle on bottom to start period number 3. And gets a quick escape point.
Condon knows he's going to need a takedown, decided no reason to spend any time on top. Let's just go back to our feet so I have the full 2 minutes. Try and find this takedown to tie it up. Right there, Condon in on the leg, trying to find a corner. Riddle trying to keep his hips away.
Final 70 seconds in regulation. Riddle maintains a 2-point lead.
1 minute remaining.
Riddle maybe kind of got caught looking at the clock there. It looked like he was maybe checking up to see how much time's left. Still quite a bit of wrestling left. Condon really started to turn up the offense now.
Condon's got to take a shot here in the final 30 seconds. There's Riddle in the attack.
And a lot of times that can be a great time to score because Condon's not thinking you're going to shoot. He's thinking there's 30 seconds left. I'm down by 2. I got to throw defense out the window. We're going all offense. So you just time that as he's coming in. Yeah, takedown for Riddle on the edge.
Another crucial win for Minnesota. Ethan Riddle 8-3 at 174 pushes the Golden Gopher lead to 21-10.
Great match from Ethan Riddle there. Scoring takedowns in the first and third periods.
And the Golden Gophers will take a 21-10 lead into the final match of the afternoon. We head to 184 after this. The Gophers and Wisconsin will wrap it up on Big Ten Plus. Their lineup for the most part is set. Max McAnally, ranked number 4 on the other side, the sophomore from Waconia. All-American a season ago, finished 3rd at the NCAAs and the Big Ten runner-up. And he goes right to work getting that Three-point takedown, 12 seconds in.
He is so incredibly fast and explosive when he's moving. Just
Goes right
everything,
back to it.
angles. He's finding a way to attack either. He can attack either leg. A lot of times Max likes to attack your lead leg. If you watch the way he wrestles, you know, if you lead left leg, he's going to attack that side. If you lead right leg, he's going to attack that side. He's not afraid to, you know, he has offense to both sides.
High school career at Waconia, 181 wins and 1 loss, 4 state championships. The Star Tribune Wrestler of the Year back in 2023.
A tough draw for David Moline here. Obviously, Max McAnally, third of the NCAAs last year, one of the top, you know, ranked 4th right now in the country, one of the top guys in the country. This weight is so extremely tight at the top of the weight. The top 5 guys all are within 1 point of each other.
Moline went 7-6 a year ago. He won state titles in 3 different sports. Growing up in La Crosse, Wisconsin, 2-time wrestling state champion, also won titles in football and track and field. Talented athlete in his own right.
4 takedowns so far for Max. I think he's probably thinking about trying to end this one quickly with a few more takedowns.
One of 2 brothers in his family. His brother Sam wrestles at Augustana in South Dakota. His father Brent, former college football player at Minnesota Duluth. His sister Chloe played hockey at St. Thomas, so they've got all the sports covered in the McAnally family.
Max did a good job there head blocking that shot from David Moline, but maybe got his bell rung a little bit. Gonna end up, I think he's gonna go into the concussion protocol here. Just have him go get evaluated. So Max gonna head back in the back just to have the training staff take a look at it, make sure everything's okay. You could see he did a really good job head blocking that shot, but then after they stopped the action, he's kind of wincing a little bit. I think he, you know, used his head a bit as like a battering ram.
Big time rivalry week, border battle rivalry. Women's basketball is playing next door between these 2 programs, these 2 schools. They have tipped off from the barn. And both hockey teams will be here this weekend. Another look at what happened.
Not a head block, just kind of bounces forward and off the back hip. And Max comes out. He's ready to go. He got cleared.
On a jog. Plenty of applause. And we're back to it.
And Max is back to it.
Yeah. Picks up right where he left off. Another takedown, his 5th in this opening period. Should also mention men's basketball plays Wisconsin this week too. That will be in Madison. These 2 schools see a lot of each other in this final week of January.
1 minute to go in the first. Max knows he needs 2 more takedowns would end this one.
Gophers have locked up the dual victory, and McAnally trying to end it on a high note. Another takedown, needs 1 more.
Max
Moline gets the escape.
Accent on a
Here he
takedown.
goes. That'll do it. McAnally ends the afternoon emphatically.
Phenomenal job by Max using 7 different takedowns there. And, you know, again, we talked about finding a way to attack both legs, get to his offense right away.
A 26-10 victory for Minnesota over Wisconsin. The Gophers get back in the win column, improved to 8-4, 2-2 in Big Ten duels. Wisconsin